Yeah, what happened, Akila?
Sorry, I don't know. Sometimes, the internet, this
Yes.
time.
In all
Sorry,
houses
yeah.
around, the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what happened all the time, then he told, I believe I've done, and once I got all right, he was going on making fun of me, something. I said, okay, doctor. So that was 1984. And then in 1987, when I was dancing at Krishna Gana Sabha, he had attended and he had spoken to Mr. R. Yagnaraman, the then secretary, Mr. Prabhu's father, some Sanskrit verse that he has told him. And I believe he had tears in his eyes. Dr. B. Ramurthy, Yagnaraman Mama was telling us later, because my father was also alive, he said, the meaning was to it that we are all fortunate to see her dance. Even all of us in the family become a little emotional, Very sweet of doctor to have said that. And then again, it struck me in 1992, I had the problem of the myasthenia gravis. So what I did, at that time when they tonsured before the surgery, I called myself Persis Kambata. The big, and this time, I called myself local Amitabh Bachchan. Because Amitabh Bachchan had the problem of myasthenia gravis. And, but I'm blessed that, I was again good hands. Again, Dr. Viswakumar put me on to Dr. Srimati, who is a cardiothoracic surgeon. Upper it was called Chennai Kaliappa, although now it is Wilroth. The earlier tumor surgery was done at VHS Adyar, and this was done at Kaliappa Hospital, Wilroth. And everything was fine, God's grace. I came back. There was there were two for me. Gaps, because from 86 to 90 I was dancing again, and then I started from 93 onwards, climbing the ladder of success by God's grace, Guru's blessings, and all of you best wishes, all encouragement.
What do breaks like these teach you? What are the learning lessons from these breaks? What do they teach you?
It just made me more confident. The self-confidence rose high and high, because always I was focused that I have to dance. I have to come back to dance. I have to dance. And my teacher, even people at home, never, ever even treated me as if, oh, you're a sick person. No. And even my guru, Sarsa teacher, neither she used to say, oh, no. I was treated on par with, in fact, I was one of her favorites that everybody knows, because she used to do all the choreography with me for everyone.
Right.
So, and so she never, so from 93, I started from September at Besanagar Pulya Temple. From that time onwards, till date, I've been winning accolades, the government recognition, and plus the Sabha's recognition, and I've been over to 28-30 countries to perform. I'm feeling so blessed. Like my Dr. Viswakumar on my 40-10, he said, when my teacher was alive, last year it was 50-20, so 40-10 he came and told, all of us are blessed twice, but Srekala is blessed 5 times, he said.
Lovely. Ma'am, I have to tell you that your ability to remember dates is just phenomenal. Like, I'm just trying to think how you remember all these dates like so precisely. Surely like your brain is just like...
my mother remembers very well, so all of us have that quality. I can even tell what color dress everyone wore, you know that?
Oh my God.
I can tell you what color house coat I was in 1984 after the surgery.
Right.
At VHS Hospital, I was in a red checked, a sleeveless house coat that I was in, with all plaster around.
Wow. No, it's amazing. I want to ask you about resilience, right? Do you feel like incidents like these have made you resilient, or do you think dance has given you resilience to tackle these kind of situations?
It is interconnected, okay? 100%. They say if you rub a stone, it can shine like a diamond and it can go down, okay? It is only that, I always, because I'm very much God-fearing, to my Ishta Devata, Santoshi Mata. So, I always believe in Sharanagati, okay? You just believe, you surrender yourself to God. 100% only good will come to you. And as everybody says, truth always triumphs, okay? And so in that, of course, dance has been one of the best tool, best prayers. Dance is my prayers. The best thing ever happened in my life is my guru, Sarsa teacher, whom I learned. So 100% the resilience has come through dance and this put together, Akila. I can't say only this has made me a strong woman. If this is because as it is, I'm a very optimistic person. Because I see only good in everything. I can't even talk negatively. Even my negative answer will be in a positive way only. So, and I'm very happy that many people are inspired by this. And even my orchestra members, why everybody way back when the film Sindhu Bhairavi came out, actress Suhasini Hasan, she was the heroine, right? And after one such, so much of shoot with, under the A's director, Mr. K. Bhalachandra, she gave me a call because she learned dance under Sarsa teacher. And she said, I'm just sending you the book. We were staying close by, just about 5 minutes away. She said, I don't mind even if it was after 7. She said, I'm just sending you the car. You're coming and I'm so tensed. I want to talk to you. I will be stress relieved because you are so good. I mean, I'm happy that I make everybody feel good. So because I don't like to find fault in a person, I like to find the goodness in that person. Why? Everybody, I'm also having negative points. All of you, why can't we enhance our positive points? And why can't you take the positive points from others and enhance them? If they are doing a good work, please appreciate. If you appreciate, appreciation automatically follows you. My guru always has also appreciated this quality in me. And 100% dances helped me throughout. Because once, as I told you, my doctor said, you have taken dance as a yoga. And so after my first surgery, after my second, I thought, okay, I'm not going to dance, okay? In 1992, I took the whole lot of suitcases with all my dance costumes, and I went in and gave it to the Clark School of Deaf and Dumb, okay? As a charity, I just gave it to them. They were so happy. But when I came back from 93, when there was no turning back by God's grace, for the first arrangetram of Thejas Dance School, I made the Clark School of Deaf and Dumb dance for about 15 minutes in between as an interval.
Okay, wow.
And even for that,
beautiful.
It was very nice. It was very nice.
Yeah. Ma'am, so I want to move on a little bit and talk to you about, the premise of our interview, which is really about the Thejas Bala Natyotsav.
Yes.
You ideated this many years ago, and I want to talk to you about what was the intent with which you kind of, thought about this, and how has it kind of journeyed over the years?
Oh, it's a beautiful journey. I'll tell you how. It all started with Mr. B.M. Rajashekaran, who was the former CEO of Mangaldeep Puja Agarbatti's ITC division, and my classmate Ramya's husband. It so happened he was sponsoring, that is Mangaldeep, Ramji's Isai Marale, Abaswaram Ramji's Isai Marale, they were sponsoring. So one such day when he had called me for the inauguration of that Abaswaram Ramji's Isai Marale, where the children are highly talented, okay? And he said, Kala, why don't you start? Because at home I'm known as Kala. Kala, why don't you start a dance with the youngsters like this? This he told me in 2008. And can you believe it took 2 years for me to think about it, for me to execute it. So 2010 onwards. So once if I include 2010, last year it was 10 years and this is the 11th year.
11th.
All the children were so so thrilled that I was very strict about the age between 8 years and 12 years. Because when I'm called as a chief guest and when I go outside, I see abundance of talent, Akila. Abundance of talent is not the word. They are just, I mean, the way they come and do a Varnam and a Tilana, or 9-year-old girl, 10-year-old girl, they were just amazing. So that was in 2009 I went. Then I came back. I spoke to Mr. Rajshekar and I told him I will take it up from 2010. And so he was kind enough. For the 8 years, they sponsored together. And the 9th and 10th only, they couldn't. And we had TI cycles and some of the well-wishers sponsoring us. And last year, what I made was, after our 2050 celebration milestone, after July 6th, this was in October, September, I told them to get, since it was 10 years, I chose all the dance school which has 10 highly talented children between the age group of 8 and 12. And I showcased them for 3 days. It was so good. It was very nice. And just the inauguration before, about 15 minutes for the 5th year and for the 10th year, all because of the wish to, through Mr. Rajshekar's mother. Because Mami said, no, I want your students who are very talented. So for the 5th year, just before the inauguration, I made them dance 15 minutes for Pashurams. And for last year, 10th year, again for 20 minutes, I just made them dance. That's all. Otherwise, the platform is only for the girls or boys dancers from other dance schools. Although I name it Thejas Natyotsav. So I feel so happy to see the children happy, you know. They are so happy. Oh, Auntie, we've been, and even the gurus are so happy that we are able to give a stage, because people will think twice to give a stage for such youngsters. But we do have audition done.
Do you think that, compared to when you were children and now, we talk about how like the generation is just becoming smarter, right? Children are more clued into technology. Do you think they're also growing up fast and they're probably more talented than, your generation or my generation was when we were 8 or 12?
You see, I'll tell you one thing. When we were 8 or 12, I also had my arrangeter when I was 10. I joined when I was 8, okay? It's all the exposure given. Those days, we were much more conservative, okay? And these days, the exposure is just phenomenal. Yeah, you can't take the radio, take the television, take the nothing. You need only your phone, okay? You take everything. The media has become so strong. And so the children also have become so tech savvy. What, Akila? I started my online teaching, which same Mrs. Rajlakshmi, Srimati YGP Mami, so much appreciated, because long distance teaching to Detroit, Michigan. I still have her as my student. And I started at that time, it was news to everybody. And in fact, it was even featured in Hindu, how Srekala Bharath is teaching an online, the Skype class. And everybody used to ask me how there's a lag, how are you doing it? Imagine now it has come through because of the pandemic. So everyone, my own grandson, Archit, who is just in 2 months' time, is going to turn 6. And he is on the online for his classes from Vidya Mandir. He's in first standard. So Monday, thrice a week that they have class. It's really, I just can't believe.
It's a very different world, right?
Very different world. That's what I'm saying. Yes, those days when we were born, our Pati and Tata and Amma Appa, they used to say, oh, it will take 6 months for the child to open up the eye and turn. Nowadays, the minute the child is born, he or she turns, stumbles, everything. So naturally, children are much smarter. They are much wiser, because everything is out for them. Nothing is inside. Everything you can find it, which is very easily accessible to them. We have to be scared during the teenage. We have to be very careful.
Yeah, I want to ask you, ma'am, also that, often that there is another narrative which talks about how sometimes platforms like these, like, reality shows come under this, where they talk about how platforms and reality shows really force children to grow up a little too soon, more sooner than they're supposed to. Do you think that do you think that it's possible that sometimes by inculcating a sort of a competitive spirit, by having the saying showcasing the best 12, sometimes does that kind of create rift and competition? What are your thoughts?
No, you're right. See, that's why only 1 year, only in 2016, I had a competition even between the children at, every time we used to do a Chivagami Petachi auditorium. And then for the competition, Mangaldeep Puja Agarbatis, they wanted in 2016. We did, and even Jaya TV, the private channel covered it. We did it at Rani Sitai Hall. But, if everything is taken positively, it'll be very good. Okay? You're very, very correct, because it has two ways to it. Either, the parents must take care that the children should not go beyond that line. Okay? Right. Nobody should be over smart, first and foremost. And so, if the parents take care, and even if the guru takes care, they must imbibe a sense in them that the spirit of participation itself is a winner. Okay? Absolutely. They have to imbibe that, the spirit of participation. And also, if they win, it's okay. Don't, don't make a scene. Some of the reality shows, I really can't stand everybody crying and they going the focus. I think that is only for too much of. They must be either above 30, at least above 25, according to me. And so the children, yes, they grow too fast. It could be positive or negative, the way we handle them, because we have to be a very, very good guide. We have to act like an icon for them, like a role model, and tell them. But instead of comparing, because the children don't like to compare. In our days it was not. Instead of that, see, you're very smart. Like that, we know how to bring up the child. If that is done, there won't be any over smartness, because if they grow too soon, they may also go down too soon, right?
Absolutely.
That's there. Absolutely, So nothing like my guru has told me, the prime age of a dancer, although I started when I was 8, and the prime age of a dancer is between 30 and 50, she used to tell us. Because between 30 and 50, because 30, it is a visual art, Kana. It is a visual art, Akila. Okay? And you mature at that time, from 30 years to 50 years. Even if you have the Sharanga Puja, Arangetram, your training, Shalanga Puja, Arangetram, and then what else? Your performances, whatever. Arangetram is the first step that you take. My guru will always say, that's only the first step, Ma Srekala, that you take in front of an invited audience and with the relatives and friends. Yes, you have to encourage them at that time. But in my case, my guru, my father, and my mother-in-law, who was Jaya Krishnan, who was a very good Carnatic musician, a very of good repute. So she used to tell me, see, we have to be told our mistakes. And then this side, not only my father, after my father's demise, my sister-in-law, my Vidya Shrikant, will always tell, Illamma, I think in this, you did very well, but because I would like to know my negatives first. I wish the children of today learn that. They will definitely come up. They don't want to take a no for an answer. They don't want to say, they should be disappointed in life. When you have to.
Failure is,
when you have to come up, there must be. Failures are the stepping stones of success.
Right, absolutely. So, ma'am, what according to you would you think that platforms like these really do to children? What are some of why would you think more children must apply and think of perhaps being showcased here? Because what would, according to you, be their key takeaways from this?
See, their key takeaways is the confidence will first increase. And I'm so happy we got more than almost 230 applications that we got. You know why I'm saying we got, my dear viewers, our dear Aalaap, the arts boutique management, and our dear Akila, they have been a strong pillar of support for me for Thejas in coordinating, ideation, all that we will come back a little later. That's where I'm going on saying we to Akila. So she knows what's happening. I think we got more than 125, nearly 130 entries.
130 entries, yeah.
130 entries. And it was so nice to see everybody. And as I was telling you, in every 45, we had a very good jury. So we were able to bring it down. We were able to beautifully do it. But that is a very hard work. So
absolutely.
In that way, I'm very happy that most of it, not one complaint we have received so far. So they all know. They all know. And some of the gurus, in fact, said, what we have chosen is so correct. Because it was open. It was open.
Correct.
It was it was so open to the public that they themselves could have. So when I got all those, reviews, I was so happy.
Absolutely,
The feedback was very good.
Right.
The feedback was so the first thing
so
it gives them, it
Go
gives
ahead,
them a confidence, a great sense of confidence. Okay.
Right.
But it shouldn't go to overconfidence, and that's up to the guru and the parents to look after.
Right.
That shouldn't, because it's a very formative years, Akila. Don't forget. It is formative years. Yes.
Impressionable.
8 to 12. They are all formative years, especially those days for us. Appa, Amma used to think that it was 12 to 18 were formative years. But nowadays, 8 to 12 itself, they are the formative years. They are the formative years that one has to be very, very careful about. So it should not, and one girl should not think, oh, so what? I did better than her. And the guru also, my guru never used to, because I have gone through competitions. I have won some. I have even got only second or third. But that doesn't matter. She'll say, my guru never knew English. Okay? So that's how. Don't go too deep and don't delve in it. Don't think, that is comparison. Comparison leads to jealousy and everything gets spoiled. Don't compare. As I always say in my talks, all 5 fingers are not the same, but we need everything. Because each one of the finger has its own value. So that's what, I wish these children, if they take that, I'm telling you, the children that has been chosen this time, they're all highly talented, under very, very good gurus. Okay? If they can really, they can definitely mold them extremely well, and I know that they will. All of us know that they will. Only thing is, if the children do not have, because of the formative years, I'm telling. See, some children are so sweet only, no doubt about it.
Correct.
But yes, they are. They are very, very sweet. But that's the...
Ma'am, so personally, you also like working with children, right? I know that you like working with children. So could you talk about, and I want to ask you 2 questions actually as one. One is, why do you enjoy working with children? There's so many gurus who teach only like senior students, but you teach like children. So I want to ask you why you like working with children. And I also want to ask you, as somebody who learned from an old world teacher like KJ Sarsa teacher, what are some of the value systems that she had as a teacher that you continue to kind of practice with your children? Sort of help them imbibe those values that you imbibed from your teacher.
Yeah, sure. Because my Sarsa teacher also had little children. And for me, I think the student who's gone to Munich, she is the oldest. She must be around 27, I think, 27 or 28.
Oh, okay.
And then all the rest are young. And I do have from 4.5. Okay. I have children. They are so sweet, They are too sweet. I always feel children are equated to God. And I love, I love taking up challenges. Basically, yeah, it's easy. Same thing Dhananjayan sir commented during when, my student performed. She was only 7.5 years old after her film. So Dhananjayan sir asked me, where is the Srekala? I can see this, her student, and she's standing. I take students only after 12. How was it that she is teaching such youngsters? Way back in 2001 or 2003, I think. 2002 or 2003, it was in Sabha. Then I said, basically, that's why I'm so much reminded of Dhananjayan sir with your question.
Yes.
Because I love children. You're correct. You have really gauged me very well. I love children and I have the tolerance level towards the children.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have the tolerance level. And not only that, because I feel when a child is coming, also one thing, Akila, please note that when they come to dance class, when they start, and if that child is talented, I will surely ask her to give her more tough steps, even if she's 5 or 6 years. But if the child isn't talented, I go according to her. I will see to it that I will first give her the Aramandi exercises, and then I go and then I will see the Tayyate.
Work according to the child.
Work according to the child. So and one thing that from teacher I learned was, because I do not have many in number, okay? What she used to do, she never used to have a senior batch or a junior batch or a sub-junior batch. She used to call everybody at the same time, except for our rehearsals, which will be in the morning when the students are not there. So what she would say, நீங்க பாட்டுக்கு பின்னாடி தெரியாத ஆடுங்க இந்த பாட்டுக்கு தெரிஞ்ச ஒரு நாள் ஆடிடும். That, you know, that is in my mind. So,
absorption, right?
Yeah, I always, because I was with my guru for 30 years, 1969 to 1999. And with her blessings, I became independent. So in February 1999 till for about 34 days, ICCR tour, teacher only came with me. We went to about 6 countries, ICCR tour. It was beautiful in 1999. I mean, my solo, and the guru herself did the Natyavangam, and the singer, mridangist, and the violinist. And it was awesome countries. We went to Egypt, we went to Tunisia. It was all very nice. Yeah, very nice countries that ICCR had sent. So, so you also get more experience when you dance, when you get many performances also. You get the stage discipline. And you get, when you are under your guru, they say to lead, you must have been led, right? So I've been led by a wonderful guru in Salsa teacher, who's got the Varur, fantastic, So she also had a Gurukula Vasam under her guru, Varur Ramya Pillai sir. So I have heard her, and I've spent a lot of time with her in dance class. Nowadays we say, because of so many things, only 1 hour. I used to be with her for 4 hours. 4 hours. 7 o'clock if I go, I used to come back home only by 7:30, means 12 o'clock. Like that. Because at that time itself, she'd ask us to take the tattakari and do tayyate. She will say, please take the class. So that interest, she put that interest in us. She was, and she had a good sense of humor. All that I took it. Of course, she was too strict. But nowadays, if you are that strict,
it won't work.
It won't work. So you should be strict. At the same time, I always tell my students, when they join newly to me, I'm a very sweet auntie, but a very, very strict teacher. That's what everybody knows. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, the children, that's why I love children. I love teaching. I love choreographing. I love dancing. It is my prayers, Akila.
Right, lovely. Ma'am, I want to ask you about, this year Thejas Bala Natyotsav has gone digital. So I want to ask you that, next year, I'm sure things will open up and whatever. Yes. Do you think that the online world, would you think of keeping TBN also as a digital platform, or would you probably perhaps make it a digital platform? What are your views?
See, it all depends on how it's going to open up. Because we have to wait till the proper vaccine, after so many mutations are over only, we will know which vaccine is settled for all of us. Because they are, after all, children, okay?
Right.
They are 8 to 12. That's the only thing. Otherwise, see, because we do not know whether our own season is not going to take place. That,
of course.
I think it's obvious. So
Yeah.
it will go. I plan to have both ways actually.
Okay.
I thought digital also I could, because there are
Yeah.
so many talents all over the world. See, we have taken even one from New York, is it? One girl.
From New York, Albany. Yeah.
We've taken one girl from there also. See, we got from Singapore, we got from here. I mean, I think it is
Germany. Yeah.
yeah, it's only God's grace. So when the way I never ever thought. Every year I used to do it because it gave me so much of fun. It gave me so much of
Right.
happiness. And I used to get all my contemporary, all my colleagues as the guest of honor to inaugurate, even my seniors, everyone I used to get. So it was actually like a family, the stages Bharat
Collaborative. Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
everyone, name anybody, everyone has been there. Everyone has
Right.
been there as either a chief guest or a guest of honor or whatever it is. Even some of the
Right.
organizers have been there and senior
Right.
gurus have been there. So all
Correct.
those blessings take us far, no?
Of
So
course.
I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
that is why this year I never wanted to leave, because already from April people were asking me,
Asking you.
oh yeah, ma'am, auntie, akka, whatever they call me, from other dance schools, of course, not
Right.
my
Right.
students. They all,
Right.
sorry, what's going to happen? Are you going to have it this year? I said, see, ma, just now it's a total lockdown. And I think I didn't know. I said, oh, by September, everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine. Yeah.
I
Who
said,
knew,
the
right?
stage
Yeah.
will be open. Okay, I
Yeah.
will, you can send in your entry. We will do what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Suddenly, everything happened like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And who else? Why fear when Akila is here? Who else I could turn?
Okay, so I want to ask you, you've also been really active on social media through this lockdown. I want to ask you, how has your experience with the digital medium been like? And why do you think it's important for artists to have a presence on social media?
See, it is, again, I told you, no, I started it with sheer work focus. I never
Yeah.
thought that it's going to bring in so much of name and, I mean, name and fame as it is. I mean, it is really, it is doubling. And I was so happy with whatever I had. And due
Yeah.
to the digital, it's become more. My God, how many
Bigger.
people are asking me certain questions and everything. It does matter because we are keeping the children very alert, very occupied, and they are always, and we are giving them a good diversion, a divine
Correct.
diversion in dance.
Absolutely. Yeah, you
Imagine,
said it.
because they're
Yeah.
studies, and for some diversion. So that's why I felt that we got 130 entries, because the children and the gurus, because there were many gurus who said, oh, Srekala, because of you, it was so nice to have them back at our dance class. We choreographed the slokas, the entry
Yeah.
that we kept for them. And we did it so well. It was so heartwarming to listen, to
Right.
get all these compliments,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
which unexpected, because I just did it because I wanted to continue with the 11th year. I did not want to have a stop to it. I
Yeah.
did not want to
Continuity.
come what
Yeah.
may. And when we have the opportunity to do, if we did not have, okay, well and good. This would have been a
Right.
break this year. 2020 would have
Right.
been a break. But when we
Right.
had the option, and when we have Aalap and Akila, I immediately decided we must do.
Ma'am, I want to ask you that the TB and Thejas Bala Natyotsav also is interesting because it brings together students from other dance schools. So in a certain way, like when I heard about the concept first, and honestly, I heard about it only last year because, I wasn't so
Yes,
involved in it before.
yes.
So when I heard about it, what struck me was the possibility of for you as well to create for you a sense of camaraderie with other teachers, right? And why do you think that sharing that dancers and teachers of dance must have, so that there is a healthy sense of competition
Of
and not
course.
negative energy? Why do
Yes.
you think, and how have you managed to kind of remain like in a certain way, like non-political
No.
and a very in a collaborative spirit? How have you managed to do that? Yeah.
I see. I have not thought too deep into it, but bringing the teachers and the dancers together was always my aim. I always
Okay.
wanted. I always
To.
wanted them to be together, and
Right.
that's what I told you in the beginning itself. You get what you give. You be nice to them, they will be nice to us only. Very
Absolutely.
few. See, it will be like that. The law of nature itself is like that. So,
Correct.
yeah. So I thought, okay, why not we start? But thanks to Mr. Rajshekhar, because of him, that's
The support, right?
that was, yeah. He gave me the idea that I nicely took it after 2 years, of course, and because of my performance schedule was so much that even now my students help me a lot in this. So I used to have 4 days earlier. Then it became 3 days, And then
Right.
1 or 2 years, I did 2 days. I showcased 4 students per day and all that. Because it was becoming too much. But
Yeah.
it was at the end of the day, it gave me so much of happiness. And it gave so much of happiness to everybody else. And there was a sense of recognition that the gurus can even make the children dance very well. The other
Right.
gurus. See, it is a
Right.
challenge for them also. Whether they knew about this festival only from 2010. But before that, they have been doing, right? They've also
Correct,
been
correct.
training their students. So they are
Right.
so happy. Like when I hear that this festival, people think it as a very prestigious, I can only say I'm fortunate and I'm blessed because I still think, oh, we are just doing it for the children. That's
For the
all.
joy of it. Yeah.
For the joy of
Yeah.
it. But when
Yeah.
it gets the name, it's so nice. It's so nice. It's very
Yeah,
nice.
absolutely.
It's
Ma'am,
very nice.
do you want to talk about the 12 girls who've been, this time it's only girls, but do you want to talk a little bit about what you found interesting about these 12 girls who've
Yeah,
been
you have
selected?
the names now. You have the names with
I
you.
have the names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the the first few days itself, we got about, I think, in a week time we got 45 entries, if you remember, 40 to 45. The
Correct.
entries were there in a week's time. So
Correct.
what I was seeing in those girls were the level of confidence, and then how they present, and how, although we told them to wear only an ordinary dance class costume, they
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
wore their
Yeah.
costume because they were all so happy that at this age, who's going to get the chance of even going in social media for 3 minutes, Akila?
Correct.
So I think they were so happy that they started wearing their
Yeah.
costume to perform. And they've done
Right.
a good work of shlokam because many people asked me whether it should be only in Sanskrit or in Tamil. I said, anything is no
Any
problem.
shlokam, yeah.
Any issue, because Viritam or Slokam, for me, everything is a Slokam. So you can do it. So they did it. They took it from the audio of many great singers, and then they tried to emote that in dance.
Yeah.
So all that was the beautiful. I could see a very good spirit of participation in everybody. Okay,
Right. Right.
and
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
was difficult to choose for us, but
Yeah.
the jury and us, I think we've done a good work that everyone has agreed with the selection.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah, the first day, I think we are starting with one KP Aditi. That is on
Yeah.
September 25th.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
she has been actually very regular to our Thejas
Yeah.
Wednesday
I see her
challenge.
often. Yeah.
She's been
I see
very
her often.
regular.
Yeah.
And
Right.
she is Pandanallur Pandian sir's student. So
Okay.
she's, when I think about 2 years ago or something, I was a chief guest for her dance arangetram. And
Okay.
she performed really well. That I said,
Right.
but it so happened last year because of the 10th, our celebration, I couldn't, feature her. But I was going on telling her parents that, see, I will be very strict. Everything should go in that flow. It should come according to the process. And then the jury will decide. Don't ask me anything. And from that day, one more thing I liked about them, none of them gave me a call. Although
Yeah.
a few of them know
Correct.
me. I
Yeah.
like that because they know that I really will care to the proper procedure.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
KP Aditi, and you won't believe, most of these girls can do a fantastic margam, Akila.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'll tell you, see, KP Aditi, Pandanallur Pandian's student. And then after that, I think 4 a day we are featuring. Which guru student? The next one is, I think that New York.
Shreya Sharath. Yeah. Shreya
Shreya
Sharath.
Sharath from New York. And
There's
I
Samyukta.
think her mother is the
Her
mother
guru.
and guru, Shreya Sharath. And then it was Urmila student, the third one.
Yeah, or Samyukta.
No, she can also do a very nice Varnam.
Yeah.
Samyukta Shantakumar.
Shantakumar, yeah.
And then the fourth
Mahati
one,
Bhargav.
Mahati Bhargav, who is Padma Raghavan's student. Because Padma
yeah.
Raghavan herself is Dr. Sudharani Raghupati's student.
Of course, yeah.
So
Correct.
Padma Raghavan, so the first day it becomes like that. And the second
Shreya Sunil.
Shreya Sunil, Dr. Ananda Shankar Jain
Shankar
student.
Jains.
She's so petite and she was so sweet in doing that slokam also.
Right.
And the second one was who?
Kanishka.
Kanishka, I think Srimati Balakrishnan, who is, she has learned for some time under my guru also. Srimati.
Okay.
So she always would call me Akka, but not even once she gave me a call regarding this. And the Kanishka, I think, was the first entry, right? Second was
She was the first one.
She was the first entry. Yeah. And
Correct.
there was a third dancer.
Shrija.
Yeah, Shrija is Anita Guha's student. A very, and again, Shrija, a very consistent student for Wednesday
The challenge, yeah. Sri Kirti Raman.
Sri Kirti Raman is from, I think, Coimbatore-based girl.
That's right.
Coimbatore. Again, another girl who is so regular in a Wednesday challenge. And she appears so unassuming for the amount of talent that she has. She has very good talent.
Yeah. Then
very
there's
nice.
Pooja Shankar.
She's again a petite and a very sweet, very sweet looking. I don't know where from she is. Akila? Where is she
I'm
from?
also not, I can't remember where exactly she's from.
But I don't
from
think
Chennai.
Pooja Shankar, she's not from Chennai. That much I know.
Oh, okay.
She's not from
There's
Chennai.
Prakriti Joshi from Bombay.
Prakriti Joshi, Bombay, the Pavitra
Bhatts.
He just on the messenger, he doesn't know my number at all. Namaste Akka, thank you very much. Only finally he said, thank you very much to have selected my student. Yeah.
Right.
Prakriti
Then there's
Joshi.
Sagarika.
Prakriti Joshi. Yeah.
Then there's Sagarika Venkatesh.
Sagarika Venkatesh is our own Chennai Chitra Muralidharan and
Madhya
Muralidharan student. Yes. And
there's Srinidhi Nandagopal.
Oh yeah. Sheila Unikrishnan's student is the concluding. All were immensely talented children, Akila. Immensely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Immensely.
And it's all girls, so it's like girl power.
I don't know. I had a couple of years ago, Sheila Unikrishnan's student was a male dance for us.
Male dancer, yeah.
So now, the girls' empowerment.
Yeah. I'm all for it.
That's very nice. I think it's going to be so exciting.
Yeah.
But,
and the reason I wanted to have this conversation with you, ma'am, today is exactly this time next week at 6 p.m. We will be starting the
on
first
YouTube, on my YouTube channel. Yes,
that's right. That's Srekala Bharath's TSPA. So I thank you so much for this fantastic conversation, which was so warm and friendly. And I'm, as usual, taking back so much joy, actually. I always feel a sense of joy and positive energy after speaking with you. So thank you so much. And I really hope that those who heard this conversation and those who will listen to this conversation, please do come forward and support young talent, because this is a showcase where young children are just showcasing, what they have learned, just as a sharing. So please do come forward and cheer them, because they are the future of dance after all.
Of course they are. Of course they are. Our dance has got very, very, very good future. Let me tell you.
Absolutely.
Our Bharatanatyam, after me seeing all over the 11 years, I can tell you, we have very, very, very good future in Bharatanatyam. We need not worry. Tradition will always be tradition, despite all contemporary anything. Because I myself have dealt with many. But I always have one thing, Akila, let me tell you. I always want to take this Thejas Bharatanatyotsav to the level of how they sing Airtel Super Singer now. I really want, that is also my wish. Let me see whether it can happen. I want to take it as stages, whoever on the television, whoever is going. After everything, after this pandemic only is over.
Of course.
I thought of it in the 5th or 6th year, but we couldn't get hold of the channel properly. Okay. because we have to work out with the channel who really encourages
As that kind of
classical.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I really want to
supports
take
them.
it up like an Airtel super singer, like
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
super dancer. And
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
that, and I do not want that all the crying and all that to be seen.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody should laugh.
Yeah.
Everybody should smile. Smile. Laughter is the best medicine. I don't
Yeah.
want anybody to go even a little shirk, even a little bit, because
Yeah.
I feel children have to be encouraged. Okay.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
then once they encourage, then we can only do from our side only this much.
No,
The
no, for
rest is
sure.
according to their respective gurus and parents.
Yeah.
So
Thank you so
you
much, ma'am.
so much.
Look forward
Thank
to
you.
meeting you in person. Thank you so much to
Yes.
everybody who joined. And
Thank you,
please
my
do
dear
tune in
viewers.
for, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, everyone out there. Love you all. Thank you so much. Akila, thanks a ton, Akila.
Bye-bye.
Just
Thank
waiting
you,
for
ma'am.
next Friday. Yeah, bye.
Look forward. Bye-bye.
Look
Thank you.
forward.
Bye.
Bye.